Okay, once you get your rings on, you're gonna wanna take the fabric out through the rings and walk it through your fingers, just like this, so that none of it's overlapping. And then you're gonna wanna make sure your pocket here is nice and small. This is pretty big and honestly kind of oddly sized for my 9-month-old baby. This bottom part is gonna be bunched under baby's butt and knees. So you wanna make sure that that part's pretty small too, and there's just enough room for their legs to go through. So I'm gonna put my rings where I want them to end up. I'm not adjusting her. Pull that bottom rail pretty high up here. And then this middle part, and across. And you'll notice I'm tightening in sections, so across, through the middle, and then kind of down. You don't want to pull it all one direction because it's not going to tighten well. Okay, now that we have a small pocket, we have our rings walked through on the fabric. Cap it on your shoulder how you want it to feel. You don't want it way up high on your neck, but you also don't want it capped all the way down like to your elbow. I kind of like mine just barely capped on my shoulder. That's where I find it most comfortable. And then fish the legs through. And then I seat her on the fabric knee to knee. And then I pull up on that top rail only the amount of fabric that I want or that I need to go up to her armpits, because her arms are going to be out. And then, importantly, I pull all the slack from the back here over, and I bring it towards the rings. So we're gonna start with the bottom rail. And the middle doesn't need much adjusting, but we'll pull. And then the top rail. And then I make the seat last, because if you make it first and then start adjusting, you pretty much take away the seat when you're adjusting anyways. A bit more slack there. Okay. And now she's in there nice and tight, knee to knee. I keep a flip in the fabric because I like the way that that distributes the weight on my back. And I also find it easier to keep her knees even that way. And now we're ready for a nap.